Yes, step one, and unlocking your equity, the NJ to Florida Transition Plan series. Hi, I'm Scott Celich, your NJ to Florida Transition Advisor with the Celich Group at Keller Williams City Views Realty in Fort Lee, New Jersey. Suppose you're a Bergen County homeowner thinking about, starting your next chapter in Southern Florida, for example. In that case, the very first step in your transition plan is understanding your equity, what you truly have available to you to fuel this next move in your house. And here's the truth. Most homeowners underestimate their equity, or they guess. I don't do guesswork. It's too big of a decision for you. I use my 32 years experience, my hyper-local data, and my AI-powered analysis training to pinpoint your real numbers and not a fantasy one. Let's break this down together. Section 1, the power of equity. Why this step matters? It's the biggest one. Your equity is the engine that basically will fund your next move, either to Florida or the surrounding areas close to the family. It determines how much you can put down on your Florida property or your next property. Whether your next move saves you money or adds stress, even. How quickly you can make that transition. It all depends on these numbers and how much lifestyle flexibility you can have once you get there. So this isn't just about selling a home. It's about building a safe, confident, well-planned next chapter. And this is what I take pride in. Section 2, how we calculate your equity using AI and my local expertise. Here's the process I walk every NJ to Florida client through. Number 1, AI-powered market match. I run your home through an advanced AI tools that scans the entire Bergen County MLS for things, for example, like homes that are similar in age to your place, the ones that have comparable condition, the same micro-local market neighborhoods, that same feel. And then we look at real-time buyer behavior patterns. This allows us to identify your local buyer pool before we even hit the market, and something a traditional agent can't do. I went to 3 different AI academies to be able to do this. Number 2, hyper-local comps based on my 32 years experience. I know the area street to street. Not all comps are created equal. An algorithm doesn't know the difference between Anderson Avenue traffic in Fort Lee noise or a quiet cul-de-sac in Leonia, but I do. I've walked the streets. I match your home to the right sales, not every sale which presents underpricing and stops you from leaving money on the table. Number 3, condition-based adjustments. I take these things into consideration. We compare renovations that you've done, roof, your HVAC, your kitchen, bathroom updates, if updates have been done, the curb appeal of the house, recent buyer trends in your neighborhood. This gets us a realistic competitive market value, not an inflated one that scares buyers off, or a low one that, cheats you out of your net proceeds at the end of the day, your check at the closing. In section 3, what does the net proceeds actually mean? The numbers that matter. A lot of people don't understand, what does that mean, a net proceeds? Once we know the projected sale price, we can take you through your net sheet line by line. And what that does is helps us give you your bottom number. This is the moment, a lot of my sellers say, Scott, no one's ever even taken the time to even consider clarifying this for me. But this is what I take pride in, and here's what I walk you through. So we take your projected sale price, and we minus the transfer taxes, the real estate commissions, the attorney's fees, any remaining mortgages that you have on the property, basic adjustments and proration, customary. I give you an idea of the closing. So when we get to have our conversation, I give you a pretty good idea of your true net proceeds. And that's a check you're pretty much close to getting at the end of the day. This is a number that determines your next move, your buying power, not the Zestimator, not your neighbor's sale or a rumor about at the barbecue about another place selling. We deal in real numbers, clean, clear, and actionable. This isn't too important for you. Section 4, why this matters for your next chapter in life. Your net proceeds tell us basically this. Whether you buy in Florida in a nice area like Boca, Delray, or Deerfield or not, whether you can purchase a place with cash or you need financing or maybe a combination of both, whether you can downsize comfortably. Is this real? Is this possible? Whether your monthly costs actually drop from your place in New Jersey and where you're going to Florida. What does that look like? And whether you can create a stress-free, financially smart smart next chapter for yourself, this next lifestyle. So your transition depends on your strategy, and your strategy depends on numbers, and your numbers depend on doing step one the right way. It's the only way to do it. So what I'd like to do is I want you to know exactly what your equity looks like. If you want a clear breakdown of what you'd walk away with on that closing day, if you want a strategic plan for your move to go to Florida or go to Georgia or move closer to family, schedule an NJ to Florida transition session with me. We'll walk through your equity, your numbers, and your options, together. Your move matters to me. I can make it smoother, and I really enjoy doing that for you. Thank you for watching step one of the NJ to Florida transition plan with me. In the next video, step two, preparing your home for sale without going overboard. I'll show you what actually moves the needle in today's market when it comes to preparing the house without having to go overboard and spend extra money when you don't have to.